Our 151 UPC is up $17. So I've been talking about this product for a while. It's been doing pretty well, selling about one per day recently. There's a little more demand before that, but it just seems like it's one of the obvious products to go up. All like the high dollar items tend to rise, and 151 is going to go out of rotation in a few months, and pack prices are really high right now. So just looking out for when it does finally rise. A lot of the prices right now are around like 630 to 625, 630. So sometimes you'll just see some cheaper sellers over here. For booster bundle displays, these drops, collectible adventures is back. I saw them, they have quite a bit of supply. Like, I'm surprised I only see 102 sales. I don't know if that number is correct or whatever, but I see them have cases of things. I see them have like Destined Rivals booster boxes, they're together cases. So they have two of these for quite a bit of discount. Usually these are 1640 or 1650. This is 1600 plus $9 shipping, so you pay 1610, you buy both of them, you save on shipping. But yeah, I don't really like a lot of this. Is like around the same price as the Prismatic booster bundle display, though Prismatic is a little more volatile. Sometimes it goes down to like 14 something, versus this has been more stable. But yeah, this is like the most expensive booster bundle display, and it's on sale for $36 off. I'm not fully sure how I feel about these. Definitely a collector item to have. If you got these at the same price as bundles, like great on you. If you got these at a lower price, great on you. Right now it's like a $9 premium, so it's just quite a bit more per pack. But buying opportunity for those who are interested in it. For booster bundles, they're at 103. Sold 15 yesterday. So yeah, we're seeing like pretty flat booster bundle demand. It's kind of like 15ish, like 15 to 20. That's kind of range. Yeah, I'm guessing that we got more recently or something, because prices have kind of dropped now. Like, it's struggling to even maintain like 105 right now. Actually, let me look at the price per pack for that. So price per pack wise, it still seems kind of undervalued in some ways, because loose packs, they kind of dropped back down to 16, but otherwise a lot of the loose packs are around $17. So like bundles are around the same price as loose packs. So I know Balloon Wars you can get like cheaper packs, so that's there. But like as the pack prices get higher for like Balloon Wars and like loose packs, like it just makes sense, because it's such an investable item. You just keep it, and it's so tiny, easy to store. For ETBs, they did a big spike the other day. 16 sold. They sold one yesterday, and prices still around 415. We see one around 407, but I think we're finally going to reach like the 430s, so that'd be like a kind of a new high, I think. For PCTBs, they're still around 950, and zero sold yesterday, and I'm just always looking at the amount of around 950. Now there's about 3 of them, but there's never like a ton, and I'm just waiting for these to go back above 1,000. For loose packs, the number of packs sold was 31 packs, so not a ton of packs. There's still the seller with a where is it? There's still a seller with a ton of packs at $16, 151 packs. It's funny. And then we go back to $17 packs. Number of packs otherwise on this page isn't like, there's about 50. Let's say about 60 packs on that page, around $17. And then we go back to like 1850. So there's still like a lot of potential for 151 to kind of just rise like $18-19 a pack if there's a big buyout or anything. For Maintain displays, they're around the same price. Hasn't sold in the last few days. Like, this is why I talk about Prismatic Maintenance. Like, sometimes like they don't rise, these things don't rise as much, just because people aren't looking for them. And then for binders, they haven't been selling the last couple of days. So these have been stagnant. For Snorlax promos, these have I saw the 21 here. I was like, did they go back up? These are actually still around like $18 or $19. Balloon Waters is under 190 right now. Sold 8 yesterday, so quite a bit more than normal. A lot of the prices are still around 190. All right, everyone's favorite set, Mega Evolutions. So we're about a little over a week from release, and we're still seeing a lot of good activity. Prices are still rising in some ways, and boxes are still selling over 100 per day. When I counted it up, it was about like just above 100. I think it's like 104. There's like 61 here, plus 31 years, that's like 92. I think there's like 2 cases sold. So you see 2 cases sold there, so that's about 104. And price wise, if you look at prices. I know the PCTs went back up, so the Lucario PCTs are back to 265. Gardevoir went back up to like 255. But you see like the Lucario up 22, Gardevoir up 14. This booster box, which was around 300 for all, went up to 311. You're just seeing the minimum price of booster box now about 310, and the price is pretty stable around 320, like 310, 320ish. Cases went down a few dollars, but they're still like 324 a booster box. So case premium still isn't like outrageous. Like it's just like a few dollars above this one. But yeah, here before we were starting to see like, you know, this other box was sitting around 300 after a while. So you're just seeing like definitely that raises the price of Mega Evolutions, and it's still the cheapest option for packs online. So like it kind of it has more of an impact than you think, because like sometimes people like to buy bundles, but usually they have less capsules. They just want to open some packs. But if you just want to get packs from online, like literally again, this booster box is the cheapest option. I think that's kind of what people targeted. That's why the price has gone up. You're seeing like over here, like it's $1 less than bundles. It's like 40 cents less per pack than like cases. Actually cases like 20 cents. But you see like just the margin there. Just why would you pay, like it's like one of the safer products to get, and it's cheaper. Just makes a lot more sense. So yeah, this one's around 320, and a lot of them are around 325. On this one over here, it's around a little more than 310, and yeah, the price is starting right at 315. So I'm saying like there's not a lot of quantity like above like under like 340. So I have a feeling like this Mega Evolution still isn't done yet. Like 300, 320 might be like on the lower side of it actually. For cases, we see cases still selling. So 2 sold yesterday, 1 sold today. So yeah, cases still selling. It's not like as much as before, but they're still selling. And now I'm seeing a little more price bunch up in the 1900s. So the prices might be a little more stable until the booster boxes. If I'm right that the booster boxes do rise, then case prices have to rise, just because like there should be some case premium. For the cargo boxes, I said they did rise up about like 20 something dollars. Sold 4 yesterday, and these could go, it's like the 280s and 290s. Like all these sales only have 1. And then for Gardevoir over here, it went up about I think like 15 or something. 2 sold yesterday, 6 sold today, and as a worse price ladder, maybe it's still around like the 260s after that. I think the normal ETBs are around the same price. So the car sold 69 yesterday, and yes, around the same price. These, you know, people are getting ETBs and stuff from Costco, or Target, whatever. So these things are usually more stable in price in that sense. Gardevoir demand went down. It was around like 90 to 100. Now it sounds like 80. And then bundles are around $57. And that demand has been dropping to like 77, just, you know, pretty expensive. And a lot of people who wanted to just open a little bit high have already bought from it. All right, Destined Rivals PCCs up $45. Yeah, these have been on sale last couple of days, and finally they rose back up. You see 4 sold yesterday. They've been selling about 3 per day last couple of days. And yeah, these been around less than 400, but anything less than that, like people have just been giving up like opportunities to people. Looking at, yeah, you see some of the cheaper ones sold over here. Yeah, people probably bought it up. Above 390, I don't know if it's gonna rise much lately, because Destined Rivals has been more stagnant. But yeah, the last few days, you see these few days, 2 straight days, like about 345 each. So just some good deals for PCTPs. For booster boxes are around 415 now. The demand is kind of going down a little bit to single digits. So you see 9 sold yesterday, 8 sold today, 10 sold the day before that. And the price of these is starting to stabilize around 425. Devastation still has these. It's been undercutting everyone, which has been putting the market price down. You're seeing like prices drop because of that. For cases sold 0 yesterday. You're seeing case demand also drop, unfortunately. And so unfortunately, a lot of the momentum that Destined Rivals had is going to Mega. And because Destined Rivals has already risen so much, it's kind of fine for it to kind of stabilize a little bit now. But you're seeing, yeah, like usually it's sold way more than before, and now you're seeing 2 days where there's been breaks like very recently. So that's pretty rare. And so I think you'll see like a little bunch up around like the 2700 to 2800 mark for cases. For ETBs, yeah, they were in the 120s, and now they're back to 115. Sold 11 yesterday, and still, yeah, they're not really going back to 120 at this rate. And then booster bundles, they're heading toward like 60. They're back to 55. 50 did so yesterday. So you're seeing some good demand numbers, and a lot of them are around 58 still, but yeah, this is probably not going to rise much. But yeah, booster boxes are down about $9. ETBs are down about $4. Cases are up 6. Price per pack wise, you want to open bundles are still pretty cheap, and then otherwise booster boxes are like the second cheapest of all these. So these are not the worst buys price per pack wise. All right, Paldean Fates. So I've been mentioning this before in Crown Zenith section, but I'm seeing ETBs still rise in general. Nothing too major right now. You're just seeing them kind of like recover a little bit. Paldean Fates ETBs have been selling about 2 per day, and the price had dropped to like I think 270s or 280s. You're seeing some 275, some 280s. Now it's back in 290s, up $3. So I'm just seeing that slight little shift in ETB demand and seeing it across different sets. So I think there might be some kind of trend going on. For Paldean Fates booster packs, I'm kind of debating if I should buy this or not. But this is a pretty good price for Paldean Fates packs, which have been rising. If you buy all these, like you're pretty much paying like a cent or two for shipping if you buy all of them. So it's basically $13.25 a pack, which is a lot cheaper than the next one. So it's still after taxes kind of expensive, but Paldean Fates packs are getting a little more expensive. You can see the trend going up. Like the main drop that people expect is in December when there's gonna be that reprints. But other than that, like there's not a lot of Paldean Fates opportunities. For booster bundles, there's this cheap one for actually this is also a pretty good buying opportunity. If you want to buy 7 of these, it'll be basically like I don't know, 103 a booster bundle compared to like the normal like 107 or 110. So yeah, I like to always look for these shipping things, but this is kind of a good deal, although there's no feedback I see. And then for PCTBs, yeah, they're still below 450. Just hasn't had a sale since December 30th. Just gonna make sure the graph's not broken. There was this one over here, but otherwise there's been no sales. Yeah, I don't really know when these will go back up. But yeah, it's pretty crazy that these are so cheap right now. And then the booster bundle display sold 0 yesterday. Got some kind words from some from the commenters talking about like size of my channel. Thanks, I appreciate it. I think I said yeah, I'm not a really big channel, so I didn't really expect to influence this very much. Someone said they bought 2, but yeah, I think some people just saw that like it's definitely a play, and ever since Nostalgianomics mentioned it, it's definitely been on people's radars to buy booster bundle displays, and you definitely see sales in like Prismatic or whatever, so I can't be the only one seeing it. And yeah, for Paldean Fates, I'm just looking out for that because it definitely has a lot more momentum and potential than Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith seems like it's gonna be dormant for a lot more than Paldean Fates. The bubble mu effect is a lot bigger than I guess Crown Zenith right now. Alright, Crown Zenith ETBs are rising back up. So are some other ETBs, like 151 ETBs are rising, Paldean Fates are rising, Crown Zenith is rising. So we're seeing some ETB rises recently. I know Prismatic already had its rise before, but you know, this had dropped recently. And a lot of the ETBs are recovering for specialty sets. So you see 0 sold yesterday. So I don't really know how the price went back up. I guess someone delisted or something. But yeah, now you're seeing a bunch of them around 235 again. Crown Zenith in particular has been pretty slow, but at least it's nice to see that the ETBs are recovering. Packs, there's a couple of cheaper packs available. You see like the Solar has 8 at 1450. Then you go back toward like 1470 for 9 packs and at $15 for Sea and Sky. I think it did drop a little bit, I forgot. Since Guy dropped $2, it's about 204 right now. And yeah, there's this one seller here. Actually, might be a really good deal actually. $25 shipping. So it's about 186 Sea and Sky, and then so with taxes and stuff, I guess it's like 200. But definitely a lot cheaper than some other stuff. So probably a buying opportunity if any of you want Sea and Sky. For booster bundles, they're still at 125, sold 1 yesterday, and yeah, you're seeing more supply at 125. There's 3 of them now. Then it goes back to 128. PCTB is still around 440. Hasn't had any sale. Like you're seeing look at the graph. You're seeing the days of sales is like the gap is growing larger. Like it's been like it looks like about a week since there was a sale. At the beginning of the month, there was like sale like every day, every other day. Now like it's like every 4 to 7 days or something like that. But yeah, a lot of prices around 440. because of that. All right, for Prismatic, every day I kind of worry that a lot of the prices are going to go back to like $10 a pack and I'm going to miss opportunity until the next one. But yeah, right now we're still seeing some good signs for Prismatic. So bundle displays, that has been getting more demand. So this is a more controversial item, but for 151 and for Prismatic, these have been both pretty expensive. This one, the price per pack or price per bundle wise makes the least sense, but it's more of a scarcity thing, and people have been regularly picking these up when they drop below about 1500. You see a lot of sales 1500 for like 14 something, a lot of 1475. Some people bought higher, but yeah, the price keeps returning back to like 1600, 1700, and people keep buying these up. They've been selling more the last couple of days, so about 5 actually the last couple of days. So these are up about, I think, 150 or something. $100 over here. All right, for loose packs are, just hovering around $9 for loose packs. It's pretty amazing. So the pack price has already risen back up to this. Some of the other products like posters and collectors are probably cheaper, although I haven't checked those in a while. Yeah, I'm still looking for cheap Prismatic around me, sometimes online if I see any cheap deals. The Lucario box did drop a little bit. It did go to 116, and a lot of the boxes are around 120, so it's not quite $9 yet. So usually there is that price difference. For Balloon Wars, this happened all the time, where Balloon Wars was valued less. Like loose packs just have the extra premium just because a lot of ripper shippers, they just want the packs. They don't really want to go through all the labor of like opening boxes and disposing. So 18 sold yesterday, but yeah, this is still selling pretty well. It's just like a really cheap source of Prismatic, and unlike Balloon Wars, they did put 14 packs in, so it is like a little more bang for the buck. It's like $8.27 per pack, so it's still really cheap. So down $4 from yesterday. I know PCTBs are down 7, and then super premium and bundles are down about 1. And then the number of packs sold, yes, for loose packs was 206 yesterday and 77 today for loose packs. So they're still selling really, really well. Still seeing a lot of Prismatic demand. It's just one of the no-brainers to buy right now because the packs are so cheap. For ETB cases over here, another one sold yesterday. These continue to sell. Demand might be dropping a little bit. People are still buying these. They're still hovering 1700s. We'll see if these kind of rise. They'll probably rise next when the ETBs rise more, or when they really do become so scarce that no one has them. So 25 ETBs sold yesterday, and I'm kind of seeing mixed signs of demand for ETBs. Like you're seeing some days goes like almost single digits or practically single digits, and then other days go back to about 25, 30. Not really sure where the demand is, but like the price wise, I'm not really holding my breath in terms of price. I do see it goes up to like 142ish, 143 at the bottom here, but it just like never goes above 140. So I feel like I'm not holding my breath with that. Like same thing with bundles. I've seen too many times where like it just doesn't rise above certain price points. The Super Premium Collection about 330. So sold 7 yesterday. It's been selling like at least 7 a day for like the last weekish or something like that. And yeah, still selling really well. Prices go up to about 350. I don't know, like this thing's gonna get expensive eventually, and people are buying it up quite a bit. For PCTBs, I think they went down like $7, so they're about for 18, something like that. 2 sold yesterday, and you're just seeing some cheaper sellers over here. These are cheap. Then it goes back up to 430s. So just some opportunities for you guys. Booster bundles at $63, sold 53 yesterday, and you see some loose pack listings which aren't worth it because that's way too expensive per pack. But yeah, these kind of hover between 60 and 65. I told you guys, don't hold your breath on these. Bundles tend to rise like pretty slow. They do have a good long-term value. They just rise pretty slow when the product is still in print and everything. For maintain displays, there's around $200, sold 0 yesterday, 1 today. Just too much supply. I don't expect these to rise because it follows 151 pretty close, like this similarly. 151 maintains and rise for the longest time until the price per pack makes a lot more sense. And then EV promos, supply went back up, so it went from 50 to 108, and prices are around 13ish to 14ish dollars. All right, Phantasmal Flames still selling really well, along with Mega Evolutions. Mega Evolutions still selling $100 a day. This, I was like, is this going to sell $100 a day too? Sold 53 yesterday, and I think a case or two was sold. So if I go over here, I see 1 case sold, so that's about 60 boxes. Still really good for pre-release. Price prices are still around the same. I'm not seeing necessarily any big price rises or anything. I know usually like prices don't necessarily rise that much because a lot of sellers do have a lot of supply that they put on the market. I feel like more supplies on the market than usual. Usually there's fewer sellers. Sometimes you see more crazy price movements, but I think demand has been so good that sellers have been forced to like put more inventory. It like I'm just like, let's notice a different situation. Like if all the sellers are putting all their inventory this early, then later on, like we're gonna see the major effects later on. Like that's kind of what I'm just seeing like this far ahead, because usually this is pretty abnormal behavior. I don't, for a lot of booster boxes for release, like I won't even like look at the price changes or like the quantity, or like there'll be one listing with like a more number of boxes, you know, just to like get some news or whatever. But for Phantasmal Flames, like it's just been so good. So yeah, still selling a ton of booster boxes a day. Still selling a case like every day. Like this is very abnormal for pre-release like this. Pokemon Center Etbs are still still 700. Juju Trading left the price at that point. Usually there's no other sellers. No one bought any after 13 were sold yesterday. Like in case you missed that, yeah, there's a big spike. Someone bought 13 around $600. I think it's too much. It'll probably drop a lot. But we'll see. For normal ETBs, like, you know, it sold 20 yesterday. You're seeing ETB demand kind of drop. Like ETBs aren't really usually the main product. I know the art's nice stuff, but this thing, yeah, it gets more plentiful because they'll be at Targets or whatever. And the booster bundles still sold about 12 yesterday, so that's kind of normal. But the major players, like the booster boxes, still having so much activity. Price per pack wise, loose box is still the cheapest option, $9.16 a pack, and we'll see. Maybe it'll maintain that. All right, joining together. So possible buying opportunity here. So more cases up here around 1600. So case demand did drop. So zero sold yesterday. It's been selling the last couple of days. We've been buying the cases below 1600. Now you're seeing Yapari games have these 3 cases, and then Sunshine games have this one over here. So there's 4 cases around 1600. Otherwise it's going up. I know Trading Card World puts a ceiling on this, which is part of the reason why the price hasn't gone up. I'm still looking to see when this finally gets moved up. It'll happen eventually, but yeah, I don't know. Some people also don't like Trading Cards, so they'd be happy to get rid of it, but eventually this will rise and price will go up. So yeah, right now you're seeing that sort of block for Trading Together prices to rise. $266 a booster box is the price per box for that case, and the loose boxes are going for $265 and $270. So like there's no case premium, so it's still a really good buy in that sense. For this booster box, sold 6 yesterday, and this is heading toward $275. So as prices rise and $280, as prices rise, like the cases will get bought out because it'll just be a screaming buy for some people. One sold yesterday for this booster box, and it is heading toward $270, but this box is a little slower. For PCCBs, they're still right under $200. Sold 2 yesterday, and it just doesn't have the most momentum for this. I do see some 210s later on. In this case, still no one's buying it because not really any reason to. All right, Black Bolt White Flare demand numbers. I think the PCTP has gone down about $20. It was around like $240 yesterday, or there's one sale and then $240. But yeah, you're seeing the ones around $240 are kind of a lot lower now, and there's a couple around $220. So some good deals on Black Bolt PCTPs possibly. For White Flare, they're around the same price, and so usually when you see that, like, it doesn't really make sense. Black Bolt is way more popular, and so I'll definitely buy an opportunity for Black Bolt PCTPs. One White Flare, one sold, but you see the price ladder just barely goes up. So yeah, Black Bolt's undervalued. For normal ETBs, Black Bolt's still around $90. It dropped a little bit, but yeah, still maintain a $9 mark. So just keeping it maintain that premium is pretty good. If it goes up to 92, that's even better. But I think that like there's enough demand for Black Bolt White Flare, to be honest. And then ETBs for White Flare drop a little bit. Like they're around 84 recently. That's been like sort of a new stable high. Now it's just a little less than that. And looking at demand numbers, sold 17 yesterday, and this could go up to like 85. For bundles sold about 19 yesterday, and yeah, for actually White Flare, Black Bolt bundles still around like $55, $57. I think bundles are going up. They're heading toward maybe $60, so that's also a really good sign. That's like $10 a pack. And then White Flare, the bundles are around $50, so not as good. It should be, hopefully to rise like 55 or something, or 53. So 40 sold yesterday, so good amount sold, but it hasn't quite risen yet accordingly. But I do see some around 52. Alright, Final Fantasy, so collector boxes back up about $10. They dropped about $12.80 yesterday, now they're back at $12.90. Look at demand numbers, I'm still seeing the same pattern. You're seeing demand kind of dip to like around 5. 5 is a pretty low number of collector boxes to sell, which is why I don't really see the price kind of rising above 1300. I see still a bunch up. For cases never really help because they never really sell, although I take that back, 2 cases sold yesterday. So yeah, some people are starting about the collector box cases. Like, this kind of seems like it might be the bottom. It might be the start of a long bottom. But yeah, definitely seeing you're like, you know, cases selling at 113. Like if you said, okay, there's a really popular sets that'll probably do well long term. Okay, the cases are pretty easily gettable for a lot cheaper than the loose packs, and loose packs are still selling kind of decent. You're like, okay, what's so let me get a case. So that's kind of the logic for Final Fantasy. The main thing is just that you're not really sure if it'll outperform some other things, but if you want to get in Final Fantasy, it's just like, yeah, there's only, if you look at number of cases at 8100, those keep appearing. There's about 4 right now. Eventually these will get bought up and it will probably rise, but I just don't know the time frame. Final Fantasy is kind of a weird one. Like, Rudy thinks it's kind of gonna be slow for a while. I don't know much about Magic, but yeah, it's just like, I'm just seeing the demand numbers. They've been pretty good up until now. It's starting to kind of decline. You're seeing packs and collector box demand kind of drop. So that usually means that the prices will drop, but I don't know, like a lot of stuff has already been opened. But yeah, once packs start getting to like $100, then you'll see a lot of weird stuff going on. But pack price has been so stable, even though demand has dropped so much. Omega packs, they sold 0 yesterday and 3 today, and they're still, yeah, they're dipping a little below 130 right now. For Japanese, they're still like right at about 700. Sold 1 yesterday, and yeah, Japanese demand has been a lot better recently. I guess there's a big player coming here trying to offload the Japanese boxes. Probably had them for a while and try to offload them now, so we're prevented from going to 720. For play boxes, they're down to 250, so that's like a $10 drop or $15 drop. 11 sold yesterday, and yeah, the next price is like 260, but you're seeing a lot of them more at 260 now, so these have been dropping. For cases, they're at 1435 about. 1 sold yesterday, so you're seeing finally another sale. Sales are starting to drop. There's 9 cases on the market, but you're seeing the bunch up around the 1430, so it'll probably drop more. For gift bundles, they're about 190 now, so these have also dropped. They were like 195. You're seeing a lot of like lower prices and maybe lower demand for some things. 7 sold yesterday, and yeah, these are definitely dropping. Spiderman at 505. I'm just really curious. I think eventually Spiderman will go back up. I know Rudy posted a Spiderman video yesterday. I didn't get to watch it, or the day before. I know I watched like one of the previous ones where he said that he's been buying a lot of them at 400, 420. Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty safe price to get at. Like, I don't really think that it's gonna drop much below 400. And so he's getting at a safe price. I know he said the upside is probably really good, but yeah, 45 sold yesterday. Not really sure when this will rise back up, but it does seem like if you do buy like 400 like Rudy does, then yeah, it'll be pretty good. I know you pay shipping and stuff, so it's a little bit more. And then for play boxes, like the match dropping at 41, and yeah, I wonder if we'll see 140s. These are like 145 right now. And then yeah, looking at price increases, decreases, yeah, collector box it up 9. Omega packs have been dropped 2, so gift bundles. So these things with collector packs have been dropping down 4, and play boxes down about $15. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.